75 years and 5 days ago, It's a Wonderful Life premiered on the big screen just in time for Christmas. The film would earn 5 Oscar nominations, but surprisingly wasn't considered a commercial success. Yet over the decades, with a big boost from television, It's a Wonderful Life would grow into a timeless classic, one that still resonates during this wonderful time of year. A movie only stands the test of time by capturing the hearts of nearly any audience, even a clear-eyed movie critic like David Edelstein.
I was rewatching this film last night, and I was kind of laughing at it and kind of rolling my eyes. And then all of a sudden I noticed my eyes were wet. And then I noticed that tears were coming down my face. I was like, what is happening? What is happening to me?
The same thing that's been happening for the last 75 years to so many watching Jimmy Stewart.
Hey, Nick, isn't that Mr. Gar, the druggist?
In the Frank Capra classic, It's a Wonderful Life.
I think the combination of Capra's camera, of Jimmy Stewart's elation, of how deep and dark it has gotten, and then the joy at the end. Who could resist that? It's magical.
For the uninitiated, the film takes place in the fictional small town of Bedford Falls, following the life of George Bailey, who gives up his own dreams to help others.
Even as a child, he has big dreams. He wants to build cities. He wants to become a master of the universe.
I want to do something big and something important.
And again, we will see George forced.
Dr. Cameron, now let's get this thing straight. I'm leaving right now. I'm going to school. This is my last chance.
Following his better instincts, but against his will, to put others before him.
Right.
Mary, I know what I'm going to do tomorrow and the next day and next year and the year after that. I'm shaking the dust of this crummy little town off my feet, and I'm going to see the world. Italy, Greece, the Parthenon.
This crummy little town.
Distraught one Christmas Eve, Bailey questions whether his life has mattered at all. That's when a guardian angel steps in.
You just don't know all that you've done. If it hadn't been for you...
Yeah, if it hadn't been for me, everybody would be a lot better off.
It's a very American story. What is success? How do you define it? And if you don't become rich and famous, does that mean you're nothing or nobody?
Film historian Janine Basinger is the author of the definitive book on It's a Wonderful Life.
This is fantastic.
I love this. And you see the meticulous planning.
And the keeper of director Frank Capra's archives.
Was there anything that stood out that surprised you when it came to the movie and Frank Capra?
A lot of things surprised me. The main surprise, I think, is that it was never intended to be a Christmas movie, because he was always aware that this movie has a real downer section, and it just didn't feel like a Christmas movie in that regard.
Think about that now.
Exactly.
It's on every Christmas.
Exactly. It was turned into a Christmas movie, of course, by television.
Was Frank aware of what it became?
Frank was more than aware of what it became, because as he once said to me, I got a letter from somebody who saw it on TV. I sat down in a chair to write an answer to that letter. It's been 20 years now, Janine, and I'm still in that chair writing letters. And he said it was exactly that.
Yay! Hello, Bedford Falls!
The film was shot in Los Angeles, and Capra never revealed the inspiration for Bedford Falls. But some believe signs point to Seneca Falls, New York, which has laid claim to the distinction. There, you'll find the It's a Wonderful Life Museum. And for almost 2 decades, Seneca Falls has transformed itself into Bedford Falls, hosting an annual festival for the faithful. Earlier this month, surviving actors of the movie gathered there.
1, 2, 3. It's a Wonderful Life!
Including the Bailey kids.
Do you have memories of that set, of making this movie?
Oh, yeah. It was the first time I'd ever seen snow. It wasn't real,
right.
But, you know, I thought it was pretty cool.
Hi, Daddy.
Carolyn Grimes was just 6 when she played Zuzu, the youngest daughter of George and Mary Bailey, and delivers one of the film's unforgettable lines.
Look, Daddy, teacher says every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings.
What is it like when you meet these different fans?
Oh my gosh, their face lights up. I mean, it's like I'm some kind of an angel from heaven. And, you know, I'm always the little girl they see when they see me. So, you know, she was beloved.
And her name is Zuzu, named after you.
Oh, I love that. That just shows in their faces and in their hearts.
I had always heard the reference about when a bell rings, an angel gets its wings.
Right.
But that's all I knew about it.
Last year, Ashley Burton watched the film for her Millennial Movie Monday YouTube series,
And see if they stood the test of time.
reacting in real time
Wish I had $1 million. Hot dog.
What?
Why not right here?
The tension.
before giving her review.
Kiss her. Kiss her. From a millennial standpoint, of course, it's in black and white. And I was like, oh, Lord, this is... we throwing it way back. But for the most part, it's a great story about family that even on the days where you feel like you maybe don't matter or you didn't make any big decisions, your life adds up and means something.
Each man's life touches so many other lives. When he...
Thesis statement.
To David Edelstein, the redemption in the last 40 minutes isn't just for George Bailey.
Help me, Clarence, please.
It's also for the movie.
Please, God, let me...
And on the word God, the snow begins. It's not his sadness that makes you cry, it's his joy.
Jenny, Tommy. Oh, let me look at you. Oh, I could eat you.
And who could resist this? And the last line of the film, the last spoken line is "Attaboy Clarence, who has gotten his wings, and all is right in the world and the world on high."
A feeling of hope that all can be right in the world, bringing us back year after year.
I think really the last part is what assures this film a place in the history of not just Christmas movies, but American movies.
And why people 75 years from now may still be watching it.
It's why people see this film again and again in dark times and in bright times.